Hey guys, BATJAC J.W. and I'm back with you and back making another video here on my John Wayne style setup here. I'll make that clear now. I did one of these videos some time back and I don't know, everybody seems to think that I had to pull John Wayne's rig from the museum or something, but no, we're talking about mine, okay? This is my setup. This is what I chose to have. The holster here that I got is a Galco, and the belt that I have here is from Hunter Leather Supply. They did an excellent job of the belt, the suede belt, and thanks to good old Arizona Ghost Riders, he provided me with the dummy cartridges to go in there. You can see there's no primers in there. So when you use this in movie sets or some of our reenacting stuff, that's a good indication right there. They have no primers in there. And of course, the classic 4570 cartridge right there, dead center. And from what I understand is as you're using your ammo, you get to that, you know you've expended half your ammo. At least that's what I was told. But anyway, that's the belt and everything. And we're actually, let's dive into the gun, because the gun is really cool. Now, those of you that are familiar with the story, this is my rooster shooter. This is the Cimarron rooster shooter cowboy pistol. It may not look like the rooster shooter that you go into the store and see, because it won't. All the finish on it I did myself, because when you get this pistol, it's they've acid washed all of it down to bare metal. So when you touch it and handle it and everything like that, and your fingerprints get all out on it, it starts to rust kind of immediately. So I went ahead and did my own finish on it, which is kind of a rust finish in itself. So you rust it and scrape it, rust it and scrape it, and it kind of came out with this. It really is hard to get it to rust now, because it's been done over and done over. And you can see it's kind of neat because it's got the wear, you know, going in and out of the holsters. That's really cool to see. And then the grips. If you guys know the story with what happened to mine, I dropped mine first day out with it and broke the original grips. Well, long story short, very, very long story short, I made my own. So these are my own grips that I came up with. So it was a very happy ending, per se, because I wound up designing my own custom aged ivory style grips that are seen on John Wayne's pistol, as is kind of, that's his signature really. Became his signature, from what I understand, from Sons of Katie Elder and on. For all of his westerns he did, he had a style grips like this. Now, one thing that I noticed when I was purchasing other grips that were similar to this that I wanted to do, I really wanted more character in my grips. I wanted to have something a little bit more that was unique and kind of simulated closer to ivory, per se, being that you can't really do that anymore. So unless it's really old or something like grandfathered in or something. But so to get something synthetic to look as real as possible. Of course, from a distance, it looks great, but I wanted something that would look just as awesome up close. And I didn't want it to look perfect, because obviously the gun itself is worn. I wanted something that's going to match the character. So mine has different, basically damage. I induced some cracks in mine and then stained them so they come out more. You can see here on the end, I even broke the corner off with a file just to kind of, have it like just disfigured in a sense. Now, I don't know how well the camera will pick up, but there's a lot of cracking through here. And then on this side, you got a chip through it and more hairline cracks going through it all. On the bottom here, I want to induce some. And then here's something that actually happened on its own. You can see this one going all the way through it right here. it just kind of chipped. It must have hit a corner or something, and it just chipped all the way through. So I stained it to bring it out some more, to add to the character of them. And if you notice, my grips have a definition of, you know, there's some areas that are lighter and some areas that are darker. Like here in the back here is a little bit more lighter color, and then, you know, versus other areas. So it's really something I wanted to add to mine to make it just more personal, to where this is my gun. Like I would know that that's mine. And the cool thing is, this was actually featured in a couple of movies. For one, I know for sure, low budget films that I lent this firearm to, and my other one to out here that was locally done in Tucson, Arizona. This one showed up in a John Doe Western. It was credited in that movie that I got this one in, and it was carried by the main character. So that's kind of cool. I wasn't there, but good old Dirty Dan, you know, I lent it to him because he was in charge of props and wardrobe and everything with his deal. So that was really cool to have this thing featured in that movie. And I'm not sure if it was or where it would be, but there was another independent film that they worked on out here called Cry in the Night, and I think it was featured in that as well. So that's really cool for me, that you know, and that's what that's really the heart of what I love the most about collecting these guns. And of course, this one here is not anything collectible or worth a lot of money, but to me it is, because the value in it is for me, because I put all this character into it. This has now become my personal gun. I can spot this gun out of all the guns. You know, you could line them all up and I know this one's mine, with all the markings on it, and, you know, the aging on the grips, and they're, of course, my custom grips. I made them. So you can't buy, you know, this exact looking gun does not exist anywhere else other than right here. That's to me, that's what makes it special. And so I want to show you the other one here. This is my other, again, another Cimarron I got. This is one I call my luxurious one, because you can see the bluing and the color case hardening and everything is all beautiful. And again, another set of my grips on it that I added, you know, some imperfections here with the chipping. This one's got more chips in it than it does actual cracks. There's some cracks right there, but you can see they're nicely fitted. I wanted this one to, you know, have a little bit more dressed up and, you know, presentable look, per se. But this one is just a different direction I was going with that one. You can see perfectly fitted grips and everything. And, you know, just a nice, beautiful, aging yellow John Wayne style grips that I wanted to add. Of course, it's got the classic yellow, but I wanted to add some definition to it. I don't know if you can see, there's some definition, like, you know, character and going through it, running through it, just the aging. You know, you can see a little bit here and then some down there. So, but yeah, there they are. And that's my my John Wayne rig. So you put that together, you know, with the belt here and everything. It really makes a beautiful setup, if I must say so myself. And it's it's my favorite setup. Of course, I got my little switchblade knife that I stained the handle on it myself. You guys saw that video, and I did that myself, you know, with some aging things. So, and John Wayne carries a switchblade in Big Jake. So, not quite like this, but I just had to have something like that, and I love that that handle on it. So of course it matches that. But yeah, you know, it's just something I threw together and, you know, collected, and I actually aged the leather on this by staining it and making it look more aged. And then the suede, honestly, it just dirtied itself really over time. It really just did that to itself over use. And then the belt buckle I aged with gun bluing. I just put the gun bluing around it, so it kind of distressed and, you know, kind of looked more aged to itself. I really like the belt. The belt rig is it's a nice, it's really well put together from Hunter Leather. You know, brass fittings here to screw it all together. Great belt, lasts a good long time. Had it for years. You know, I had this whole rig for a very long time. The holster I've had for a long time. the thick band going around it. The Hunter leather actually does have their own Duke style. I may buy a whole nother brand new setup just to have a newer one and, you know, set it aside with their holster and everything. But, you know, just wanted to kind of show you my setup there. Again, key words, my setup. That's my John Wayne rig. Blah. That's just kind of something I constructed and put it together. So like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm BATJAC J.W. and I'll see you next time.